Chelsea Football Club, you must. If it wasn't already apparent, if it wasn't already important, if it wasn't already vital that we get 3 points against West Ham, now it's even more important because everybody around us has given us a route straight back into the top four. Chelsea, I beg of you, I plead, I pray, don't mess this up tomorrow. I beg. Not after the opportunity that has been presented to us. Not just by Manchester City, but by all the rivals. Aston Villa, Newcastle. They've all dropped points. They've all dropped the bag. They've all given us a gift. Do not go and give it back. Don't go and hand it back. Don't refuse the charity that has been handed to us. Because after the last 7 games, you know what? We need that charity. We need that charity. Because what I've seen this weekend has given me a lot of hope, but it's also really annoyed me. Because how do we let this garbage Man City team do the double on us? Really? We made them look like they had respawned. And then they go to the Emirates and they get bopped off the park and they are literally their own worst enemy. They are the product of their own downfall. They literally give Arsenal a goal early on, just like they did with us. But the difference is Arsenal set up much better defensively. They didn't do the high line with a crap press and us being more passive like we were doing. They dropped further back. They kept the wings under lockdown, which is something we didn't do, and we got exposed for that. And City just didn't have a response. They were ridiculously predictable. Very, very predictable. They had no playmaking in the middle. These men were very easy to handle on the wings. And because there was nothing in the middle, Saliba and Gabriel just had to make sure they were tight on Haaland. And they minimized everything. And in spite of that, of course, Haaland still scored. But City's mentality, and I know this is coming from me being a Chelsea fan and looking at the mentality of our squad, but their mentality is poor. They cannot handle anything unless everything literally goes their way. And they get a little bit of a helping hand from the opposition. Just like what we did with our idiot goalkeeping and our really poor tactics after going 1-0 up. We made everything perfect for Manchester City and they came back. Arsenal didn't. And they made them pay for the mistakes that they made. Because as soon as Man City equalise, what happens? Philip Foden gives the ball straight to Partey. Partey shoots from range. Partey scores. Suddenly, Man City are back on the back foot after equalising. And in typical City fashion, it goes straight to their heads and they can't handle the pressure. Suddenly, the floodgates open. You got Lewis Skelly banging in a goal. And then he does the whole, which was crazy, by the way. That was mental. You know me, I'm an Arsenal hater till the day I die. But I am a fan of shithousing. I won't front. And that was some really good shithousing. Because Lewis Skelly was the one that Haaland was like, who are you two? Last season. And then Lewis Skelly did that to make sure he knows who he is from now on. It's only going to be a slow clap because you're Arsenal. But fair play. Fair play. That is the sort of shithousery that football is all about. Let's call it what it is. That's the sort of tribalism that this game is about. And that's what makes it so entertaining to watch. Especially for derbies like this. So it is what it is. Then obviously the crap guy scored. Kai Havertz with, I won't front, a decent finish. I was really hoping that City pulled something back out of this game, like leave with a draw or something, just because the anger that you would have seen for this Havertz miss would have been nuts. But he did get his goal. Fair play. Is what it is. And then Wanyeri got his standard banger at the end of it. That guy is on some crazy smoke this season. But for Man City, we just got a reminder that this isn't the City of old. We just made them look like the City of old, which is an L that we have to hold. We have to hold that, because the fact that this Man City team have done the double over us is embarrassing. It's straight embarrassing. And a lot of people need to hang their heads in shame for that. Robert Sanchez, Chalobah, Colwill, Nicholas Jackson. I want front Palmer. You got to do the same thing. That pass to Jackson weren't good enough, or you could have buried it yourself. Both decisions ended up not being the right one. Maresca, of course, I don't know if I said his name already, but people say I don't hold Maresca to account on this channel. So here you are. Here you are. This City team is not it. That midfield should not have bopped us off the park the way that they did. We should have had the better mentality over the 90, and we didn't show it because we don't have the experience to help guide us through situations like that. But City are so there to take. And with the run of games that they have coming up as well, they are only going to drop more points. They're only going to drop more points, which is why us winning our matches is so important. We go straight back to fourth after all the anger and all the madness that we've gone through over the last month. We could go straight back to fourth if we just do our job. Because it weren't City that dropped points. Newcastle, they lost to Fulham. They weren't even really terrible in their game. It's just Fulham had subs that they could bring on to impact the game, and Newcastle didn't. Familiar story to when we last played Fulham, anyone? Aye? But yeah, that was the difference between Newcastle and Fulham. So like there is a little bit of a chink in the armor of Newcastle, because Newcastle have looked very worrying over the last couple of games. So it is nice to see them get dragged back down to earth a little bit. Aston Villa, of course, Villa after a UCL night, their curse strikes again. They lost 2-0 at Wolves. First goal, look, Martinez can do a little bit better. And whenever a keeper gets beaten at their near post, it's never a good look on them. And the second goal was just very good composure from Mateus Cunha. Took that goal so well. But in terms of Villa, they didn't create anything. Wolves didn't press and they didn't know how to handle it. Bailey looks like a shell of the player that we've seen in past seasons. I think Tielemans didn't look good either, but you could say the same thing for basically the entire attack. They never really looked like threatening Wolves like that, which is a big indictment on them, because Wolves, relegation candidates, Wolves, crazy, absolutely crazy. But you know what will be crazy? If we don't win, the level of toxicity that you're going to see, both inside Stamford Bridge and on social media, if we don't win, if Graham Potter takes anything from Stamford Bridge, if West Ham take anything from Stamford Bridge, with their injury issues, with their attack that has been just ripped apart by injuries, we don't win that. Uncomfortable conversations are going to be had on a lot of people. Up above, the manager, the players, everybody. Maresca as well. Be a man, I beg. Drop the goalkeeper. Drop the goalkeeper. I know you have pressure from up above. You are the manager. The owners don't pick the lineup. You do. You do. Ben Roberts don't pick the lineup. You do. I cannot defend you if you start Robert Sanchez. Drop the guy. Drop the guy. We've been saying this from October. For goodness sakes, can you just hurry up and do it? Can you just hurry up and do it? Because everyone's confidence for the game is going to skyrocket just from seeing Jorgensen in the lineup. So just go ahead and do it, and please stop wasting our time. Just going to quickly touch on some transfer topics quick. So we blocked Disasi's move to Aston Villa, and now Disasi has responded by blocking a move to Tottenham. Because who wants to go join Tottenham? What worse indictment of your career is there if you're going to Tottenham, especially in this current state? I understand it, because funnily enough, I don't know how this suits us or Disasi or even Tottenham to get this deal across the line. The high line that Ange plays will off Disasi. You will lose value just off that loan move alone. He don't suit Ange ball at all, and he probably knows it, which is why he's blocking the move. Why would you do that? Don't even suit Tottenham. But if he ends up going, I ain't going to lose any sleep over it. It's just, I know it's not benefiting anyone. If your idea is to loan him to raise value, is going to have the reverse effect. And yeah, like, it don't make any sense to me. Don't make any sense to me at all. There was also news saying that we're working on Nicholas O'Reilly or Nico O'Reilly from Man City. I think he played against us in pre-season. He was pretty decent, but he's more of an attacking-minded midfielder anyway, and we've got like 50 of them. Why do we need that? Oh, wait, City Academy. If we don't know what to do in the window, we'll just go back to our old club. That's the way our sporting directors move. Whatever. End the window. We are 1 day away from the end of the window. And look, just recall Leslie and call it a night, guys. I beg. Just call it a night. Because this is just garbage. This is just garbage. But you know what our one positive is? We're probably not seeing this. And if that don't say enough about how bad of a window this has been, I don't know what will. But big up everybody. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe on your way out. Up the Chelsea. Big up all you, man. You must. Don't let us down tomorrow, Chelsea.